Make sure you guys stay tuned because after the interview, I am going to be announcing one of the winners of the Electric Dave Glass for that is on here on Twitch because we did an interview. If you guys have missed it, you need to go back and watch it on YouTube. We did an interview. He sent some glass to me that we are going to um, give away. I'm going to give away the shot glass and a pin today, and I'll be giving away the rig next Wednesday with my interview with Walter C. Glass. So, for everyone who's like tuned in right now, listening at the very beginning, this is your plug for it. This is the only chance. But other than that, I think we are just going to give give Hedonic Glass a call and just get going. I think my lighting is good and everything. That's a little dark, but at the ready. What's up?
What up? What up?
How you doing, man? So nice to meet you.
Yeah, it's been a while. We've been trying to make it happen.
Yeah. My name is Damon, by the way.
Damon, I'm Cleary.
Cleary. I was trying to find you on Skype, and I was like, why can't I'm spelling clearly Donnelly right because I thought it was clearly Donnelly, and I just missed it. But super nice to meet you. Thank you very much for sitting down with me. This is gonna be a blast because I have no idea what I'm getting myself into with sitting down with you. So it's gonna be a good one.
Yeah, man. It's I don't think I'm too crazy. I'm pretty chill. I know what I do is a little different, especially from compared to what most of your interviews where they go, and such, which is
I saw your collab with Sloth King, and I was talking with the girlfriend, and she's like, "You should get him in for an interview." And I was like, "I really should." And then I was like, "Sorry."
She just wants a promo piece, right?
What is it? The sitter hitter? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, we had a few names for that one.
Yeah, Tutor Hooter and stuff, butt bubbler. Oh, it's great. But thank you so much for being here. Let's kick it off. And why don't you start by introducing yourself and who you are, and kind of what got you into Boro.
Yeah, well, my name's Cleary. I'm over on the island, West Coast, in Nanaimo, and I've been doing Hedonic Glass for, I think I started in 2016, so in February. So that would be like, I guess a solid 4 years or so. And it's been full time for I think 3 of that.
Okay.
So, yeah.
That's really awesome.
Before that, it was kind of half time. I was doing some artisanal concrete at the time, which was perfect because it was not a lot of hours, and that allowed me to make a nice transition into glass.
Yeah, that's awesome. I wanted to ask one thing real quick. What does hedonic glass mean? I kind of was curious about that.
Well, hedonic is like the pleasure. A hedonistic lifestyle is one that puts pleasure at the top. So it just, I think I found the word many years ago. A buddy and I were I don't even know what we were doing, just looking for words for companies or something. And we came across it. We're like, oh, that's interesting, and what we could do with it. We were spitballing ideas. And then years later, it's I started this, and it was like, hey, it's just perfect name. Hedonic Glass. It's pleasure. It's pleasure. It's pleasure. Body pleasure. It's orgasm. It's all the good stuff. So just hedonic is just about pleasure.
And it just fit. It just fit with what you're making.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah. So what got you kind of into Boro, going from artisanal concrete making?
Yeah. Well, years ago, grade 9, grade 10, however long ago that was, 2005. I wanted to make pipes.
Yeah.
course, you know, being a kid, parents aren't into it, and but I convinced them to like help me get some some glass blowing equipment. Um, so that was forever ago. I made some pipes on the hush hush, and then and made like pendants and just fucked around a bit for a little while.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and then yeah, years probably 5 years ago, I was like, I want to do something artsy. I want to like get hands on. I want to be more creative,
Yeah.
and so I busted out the old torch. I had a little like National 8M, I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
A little anything. Anyway, um, and yeah, started playing with glass again. Um, and it was like, holy shit, this shit's expensive.
Mm-hmm.
It's gotta pay. I didn't have the income just to do it as a hobby,
Yeah.
and took a stab at making sex toys because I was making the flowers,
Mm-hmm.
like just basic implosions,
Mm-hmm.
and figure that out. Like these are ugly, but I like creeping on around on Etsy.
Mm-hmm.
Um, he could just looking at all things glass. It's like pipes are difficult. That's pipes are no joke.
Yeah.
Um, Holoform an added level of difficulty.
Mm-hmm.
So starting out with these ugly implosions, which were ugly to me because they weren't what I was intending.
Yes.
Uh,
Okay.
but so for all those people who bought early ones, and I look back on some of the early ones and it's like, those are awesome. I don't know how to create that now. Like it was just like that really super playful stage.
Yeah.
But anyways, I started Hedonic Glass in efforts to just fund my glass habit,
Yeah.
and now I'm like behind on orders and can't keep up,
Well, that's really
and
cool, man. So, like, are typical Boro shops making orders with you, or like, or are you finding like it's a lot of personal, like custom orders, one on ones?
yeah, it's I do most of my stuff through Etsy.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, they take a cut, but they also bring a lot of customers. Um, you get a lot of traffic through there, so it's mostly me to customer.
Mm-hmm.
I've had a handful of wholesale stuff along the way.
Yeah.
No no head shops or anything.
Okay.
Just like sex toy stores and stuff.
Okay.
All over the world. Like people, that's the beauty of the internet, right? Is like people are just hitting you up on Instagram and just sourcing you out. You're something different. So uh, yeah, just being a little different has worked well for me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So did you play around with hollow work at all? And just kind of be like, nah, that's not really my thing, or did you just like just kind of slip into like slip into sex toys and essentially like just figure out that that was it? Because like I'm actually on your Etsy right now and you're over 1,400 in sales on Etsy, which is incredible, for a 4 year span. And like it looks amazing. I gotta say, one of my favorite like pieces that I've seen when I was like kind of researching and getting ready for this was you did, it's I think a bit of an older one on your Instagram page, but you did like a copper rose,
Oh yeah.
and that one just blew me away. That one was really nice. So
No. Ah,
oh, you have it.
I think is it this guy?
That is it. Yeah. Yeah, I was just
Yeah.
mind blown at that. You know,
All right.
it's so sick.
It's it's for your girl now. It's it's heavy gold fume under what is that? I think it's like a turbo cobalt. Um, yeah, a happy accident, as so many of my pieces are.
Yeah.
Uh, Implosions are hard to plan, so uh,
And
yeah,
so you don't do like the kabuki style esque marble making where you draw it in and then you like let it pull itself down. Is
yeah. So Kabuki. the one and only, the
Mm-hmm.
master. He does a solid compression marble.
Mm-hmm.
I've done some, but most are implosion on like a hollow bubble.
Okay.
You blow your thin light bulby looking bubble, draw your flower, implode, and and then tear it off,
Okay.
and you got flower.
That's actually a process I haven't seen a whole lot of. Like I've put
Yeah,
on a bunch of like glass blowing videos and this and that, but implosion's one that I need to like I think watch it a little bit more to understand because yeah, like how you end up getting like that that light leafy detail is just incredible.
yeah. That's that piece there is like I don't know how many hundreds I've made. They're all different,
Mm-hmm.
um, but yeah, they're the hot seller. I've got four on my desk here with people's names on them. It's like that that gold fume over white
Mm-hmm.
just is it's so good, especially since there's no other pink like that in Boro, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
you got to go gold.
Yeah, it's kind of a specially made color. I learned about that too because one of the artists that I carry in the shop, he did gold like honeycomb over white, like yeah, like gold dot stacking over white, and I was just like mind blown about that, and it just brought out such a vivid color with that white behind
Yeah,
it. Yeah, it was beautiful.
yeah, that's definitely. I don't know. It's awesome, and people recognize it,
Yeah.
and I love doing it. Yeah, I've got I don't know. I got five or so to make this evening if I can.
Wow. Okay. Well, that's one thing I kind of wanted to ask you. Like, what's the average like in an 8 hour work day, what's the average that you can kind of get done with this? Because it's a
Yeah,
really it's a lot of gathering glass and stretching it out and gathering it and making sure it's all really shaped nicely and everything.
for sure. Yeah, it's you do have to be finicky with it. I mean, I don't know. I don't have the world's highest standards, but I have pretty fucking high ones because of the nature of the product. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
got to be, uh, yeah, it's got to look flawless.
Yeah.
When you start perfecting it, you might find a little surface imperfection here and there that I miss,
Mm-hmm.
but pretty hard to do that. So time wise, I mean, I'll spend most of my day here, and I might get 6 hours of work in behind the torch.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, there just seems to be so much other shit to go into a business,
Mm-hmm.
packing emails and all that. Um, but yeah, when I get down to it and get behind the torch, um, most average pieces are going to range, an hour plus. Um, so yeah, depending how hard I can push myself,
Mm-hmm.
which is its own battle. I'm
Yeah.
sure
Trust me, I
everyone's
get that too. I get that too. You're all like you're like, okay, I've got this plan to do this and this and this, and then running a business, you'll get a DM here or like a question here, or you'll be like, oh, I need to talk to this person about this, and then all of a sudden, it's like 4:30 in the afternoon. You're like, wow,
yeah,
hmm,
days gone.
yeah,
Usually, like I don't start working, but until like I don't know. Too often it's like 4 or 5 in the afternoon.
mm-hmm.
And I leave the house at 10 in the morning. So where the first 6 hours go, I have no idea.
Yeah,
Just gone.
is you're in BC though, and like when I visited BC, to go from one place to the other was not like here in 15 minutes. It you are you very far from your studio?
No, no, I'm in the same town.
Okay, that's
Like
good.
10-minute drive.
Okay,
I've got
perfect.
no excuses there. Can't blame the commute. No, hold on me.
No, I'm not trying to figure something to blame. I'm just curious because like we drove the first 6 days and we just drove all over BC in the Delta Tri. We went to Surrey. We were like I remember one day, my favorite experience of BC is you can go skiing in the morning, right up on the hill, and then in the evening you can watch the sunset on the beach with your like toes in the sand.
Yeah, yeah, it ain't bad. Like I know I'm blessed to live out here.
Hmm.
Um, unless you're trying to buy a house, well, then good luck.
Yeah, I hear it's crazy out there. So, and it's only gotten
Yeah,
worse, I think, from when I was there.
yeah. Oh, like year over year, it's worse than last year,
Hmm.
and last year, and, we're looking at houses now. It's like something that sold like 8 years ago has increased by 50%. So I don't know. Wages haven't gone up that much, but
No.
anyways, that's a whole nother story.
Yeah, yeah, it's a whole
Not the
other.
house in my own studio, but not today.
Yeah, it's a whole other coffee pot I don't have filled up right now.
Yeah, yeah.
So, I guess like back to kind of borrow and everything. Did you take any classes or do anything to kind of hone your skill, or was it all
I
just
took a
practice?
beat class like 10 years ago.
Mm.
um, didn't learn too much there that was relevant, but um, yeah, I essentially learned online. Um, like I bought one DVD when that was a thing, back in like 2005.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, and and that was I think someone I don't know what he made. I think he made a goblet, and it's like supposed to be an intro thing, and you start like he walks you through it, but I don't know who it was. Amazing glass artist
Yeah.
makes a goblet, and then you go like, "There you go. That's how you do it." I'm like, I don't know. Um, it was a hell of a jump. So, anyways, recently it's been YouTube, um, bit of Torch Talk, a bit of Revere Glass,
Yeah.
um, just creeping around on people on Instagram, and other than that, I mean, I haven't blown glass with too many people. Sloth King
Hmm.
came into the studio. Other than that, oh, I went over to Van once and, spent an evening making a marble with some people, but half of us were noobs. So
Hmm.
I mean, shout out to Mikey. He made the bubbler for the what do we call it? The rear end rig,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
he walked me through that process. But hell, anyone who's making rigs, like, hats off. That's a lot of steps, a lot of seals, a lot of complexity. But thank God, like, a butt plug is it's pretty basic in shape. In like, I couldn't figure out how to make that, and I did. Now I'm really good at it, but it's still a pretty basic shape um, in the world of glass and
Hmm.
sculpture. Um, so yeah, education wise, internet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But I mean, making your plugs and everything, you have to follow a lot of the same rules as making a rig, right? Like you have to make sure that like your wall thickness is the same, whereas you can't have a bump on one side of it, etc., etc. You don't, unless you're like intent to have a curve in it, you don't want that little like kind of wobble to it. So you know,
yeah,
in my eyes, what you do and and what the other artists I've interviewed, Mikey, you have to follow a lot of the same like physics and rules of it, right?
sure. Yeah, it's the same. It's a lot of the same techniques for sure. Um, yeah. What was
Mm-hmm.
the question?
No, I was just kind of like talking about it, and
Yeah, we. I get into the odd hollow form, the old wine glass butt plug.
mm-hmm.
Uh, was a was an interesting thing, and this is like I don't know. This is my experience with hollow for the most part,
Yeah.
and you just get to like something like the rim of a wine glass, and like I don't know. Shit's hard.
Well, that
Getting
looks
that.
really well done. Did you like blow a thin tube and then open it and then like work the mouthpiece?
You wanna work the rim like as little as possible because
Mm-hmm.
it's thin. It likes to ball up pretty quick. This one in particular, I believe I made a lap wheel. So this one I it had a large uneven lip on it, and I ground it down and
Mm-hmm.
then fire polished it, which is why it looks nice and crisp and flat and
Yeah, I was gonna
perfect.
say that looks very well done.
Yeah, thank you. So yeah, wine glasses are fun. Like to
Yeah,
get
I
into
can.
that. No money in it though, unless
I
you stick it on the end of the puck.
yeah. If you're gonna make anything and you're gonna experiment, it's gotta have a butt plug on the bottom of it. Gotta have
Why
it.
not? Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the market I'm in. It's the kinksters come to me and they're into it. Like I didn't I didn't create this design, right? Someone came to me and was like, "Can you do this?" I'm like, "I guess technically, probably."
Mm-hmm.
And we tried it, and now I've sold a handful of these to people who didn't know they wanted it until they saw it.
Mm-hmm.
So anyways, that's a thing.
So like other than like people suggesting um creations, how do you decide kind of what you want to focus on next? Like I mean, you've got, like you said, you worked on that on the plug shape, you gotten very good at the plug shape. I see you've kind of experimented out of it a little bit with bigger pieces and things like that, but have you really tried anything else and just shelved it because it like wasn't your deal?
um, well, it's been a while since I've really even got to like play around with designs. To be honest, the main thing I'm interested in is the flower. That's the I don't know. That's what I like to try to master.
Mm-hmm.
Learn how it all comes together, and the sex toy part of it. I don't know. Like I don't have a vagina, so I can't try out my dildos,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
and the flower just seems to work so well with like the butt plug. It makes sense for a butt plug. So I've just been rolling with that for the most part. People do come to me with specific designs, and that's where I get to find out, if I can do it or not. All sorts of stuff. Uh, this is a let's see. That's a that's a cervix wand for massaging the cervix.
Huh.
And so something I would have never made myself, especially like it looks like a scythe,
Yeah.
um, pretty gnarly.
Yeah.
But I worked on this with Self Cervix, Olivia,
Mm-hmm.
and I had no idea, like no inclination as to why you would make it originally,
Mm-hmm.
um, or how to make it. It took a long ass time to make it.
Mm-hmm.
Originally, I didn't have a lathe, and
Yeah.
she spotted me a few grand to like get a lathe to see if we could make this thing, and we made hundreds of them. And yeah, so it's for the most part, it's people coming to me with ideas when it comes to shapes and function.
Mm-hmm.
And when I do have spare time, I like to fuck around with flowers.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, yeah.
That thing that you're holding is crazy, and I'm like, whoo. I
It,
so do you, like I assume through this, because you don't have a vagina to try out your shit, you have to like learn and kind of like remember a lot of anatomy and stuff, right? Or you just like kind of learn as you go along.
well, I don't know if you've been on the internet before, but like sex toys, the variety of sex toys is insane. Like from sizes of things to textures to I don't know to visuals.
Mm-hmm.
But it's almost like I don't make a huge volume of stuff.
Yeah.
So no matter what I make, it will be the right piece for someone. So when I do, it does come to like making something a little more out of the box. Like um, the right person, someone's going to come along one day and love it.
Yeah.
It's I need something with a head. I need something with a curve here. I need something girthy. I need something thin. Yeah, I don't know, man. People, it's a wide open like market.
Yeah. I
Just
personally haven't like been in a lot of sex shops, like seen a lot of toys or anything like that. So when you pulled that thing out, I was like, what the like, you know?
yeah, and this is very unique. And anyone with a cervix, go hit up Olivia, self cervix. It's the next level of orgasms. It's like there was the G spot and there was dispute around that. The clitoris, everyone knew about that,
Yeah.
but it's recently found out to be much larger than people thought. And Olivia's all about the cervix, and there's lots of reasons to explore that, whether it's relieving tension and like from from sexual trauma to
Mm-hmm.
like post birth side effects and all sorts of stuff.
Oh wow. Okay, so there's like it's more like you're in the like business of pleasure, but like with something like that, it has more than just like hedonistic
Yeah,
effects. It's kind of medical and everything, also, right?
almost like I would say yes when it comes down to like relief of tension or yeah. I'm no cervix expert. I've just made them for her, and
I don't know how you sit there and talk about all this and you're just like you're so stone faced because me I like you can't tell because the windows got terrible lighting, but I'm red as a motherfucker over here trying not to laugh, but at the same time being like I'm so not like this is not my world and I'm having the best time.
yeah. I've after a few years, I guess I've become numb to it. Um, I'm still like a relatively shy guy. I blush up all the time when talking about it, but I've been through this conversation so much, and it's like, yeah, no, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard every bad joke, and I mean, like I don't know. There's an infinite amount of sex jokes, blowing, and you mix that with blowing glass and stoners, and we got like infinite material here.
Yeah, that's
But
hilarious. Oh my goodness. So what are some of like your favorite pieces you made or some really memorable ones kind of, that you made through the time that may have been like a next plateau or like a flower that you just really knocked out of the park and you're like, yeah, this is it.
yeah, um, it's on my Instagram. A ways back, there was actually, there's like a marbled pink design.
Mhm.
I don't know when I started doing it, but I think it looks awesome. Again, it's pink. It's gold fume over white in a marble texture. Yes, that stuff. I love that stuff. I think it looks awesome. I hate like just striping color down.
Yeah.
Uh, I it doesn't excite me.
I
It's
feel
like
like this has a lot more of like a watercolor natural flow to it, right? Rather than yeah, a line that is meant to be there. I just
yeah,
blanked out on what
it's
that's called.
organic. Yeah,
Yes, more organic for sure. Man,
and then
page is crazy. Sorry.
there was so I used to try to get gold fume to stick on the surface permanently, which I had mixed success with. As Instagram page, you'll find like a twisted unicorn, one with some shiny gold on the surface that like it worked, and I loved it. I wanted to keep it just to look at it. It looked. I'm sorry, I'm scrolling.
This guy right here.
Instead of the no, similar in the twist. I don't know. It's gone. Act. I don't know. Anyways.
But yeah, like fuming on the surface, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and it's so difficult to whatever chemistry bonds fume to the surface. Gold, pure gold, doesn't really seem to work. It seems like you need some silver, but the right amount, and without it hazing, and getting it thick enough to be shiny. And one piece that was one piece that just like it was the cat's meow. It was the cat's ass. It was a lovely piece that so many of my pieces I make them, but I couldn't plan it. Like I couldn't draw the flower before I make it. It just kind of happens. Like
I totally get what you mean with that. Yeah, 110%.
And it's so common in glass. Like at least when it comes to colors, predicting the outcome of like so many of these reactive colors is like, good luck. Some people can do it, but I don't have that. Like, I don't know how many thousands of hours you need using one color to like really know it and know how it's going to strike out and everything. But it's kind of like that with the flowers. It's like, I got an idea where this is going. Or maybe even a plan because it's a specific flower. The stamens have to raise up past the petals have to fold back, and like I can try to make it happen, but often I'm just like the results so different than my intention, and it's better than I could have planned.
Because when you get into that creative mode, it's flowing instead of the plan happening, right?
Yeah, and just like maybe my plan was wrong sometimes, or like maybe I'm just fucking around and use the wrong colors, and then it works out right. Like, of course, it also goes the other way. Or if you plan and you pick all the wrong color combinations, and it looks like shit. Then someone still loves it though. I don't know. Yeah. My girlfriend loves it. I want to throw out.
I mean, like it's as you said, with the things that you're making and everything like that, the amount of people in the world, Etsy, the internet, there is going to be somebody that finds it, that loves it. That's why, like, most people who order a glass or whatever, run a shop, should rest assured that their piece is going to sell eventually, right? It's just the way the right eyes need to see it. That's all.
Yeah, they don't know your intent when you were making it, so they don't know how far off you are from your goal. Like that rose that you were like there, that copper looking one, wasn't my intent at all. I don't remember what it was, but I remember being unhappy with the color combination because it wasn't what I intended. But now looking back at it, it's like, oh, it's a unique piece. It has characteristics that are very cool, and to the point where someone loves it.
Yeah,
and
that's
awesome.
It just popped out. Like I was just scrolling, and I was like, okay, because I was like, okay, has he ever made rigs before? Did you transition from pipe making to plugs and things like that? And I was just looking, and then I just like saw it, and I was like, wow, that is amazing. And glass is probably like my favorite medium of all time. I started out just pencil and paper drawing, and I did that for 10 years. Took a break. I'm getting into painting, but like the characteristics and quality of glass can mimic other textures, right? And when you made it, and it literally looks like copper. And I brought it up because I wanted to ask how you put copper in it, because I know that you can electroform copper to the outside of it, but how would you get it
Right.
on the inside? And then one question I want to ask you, and I know I've probably talked to other artists about it, so I might feel a little bit dumb, but like, why can't gold fume stick on the outside of glass? Like, when you make your pieces, you sleeve them, like you'll fume it and then sleeve it, or like draw clear
Uh,
over it.
like those pink cloudy marbled ones.
Yeah.
That yeah, that's clear over it.
Okay.
Um, the gold, for whatever reason, doesn't adhere to boro, but
Mm-hmm.
gold adheres to silver, and silver bonds with boro. So you can make a little stack.
Okay.
Uh, and like, so silver does like magic with boro, right? It seems to be able to like permeate into the glass. You can have a piece of silver on the surface, and it's fucking with the colors like 2-3 mils inside the glass. So I don't know what that chemical reaction is,
Okay. Yeah.
but what's his name? I want to say Billy Bob, but uh, anyways, he's a fume master. He does
Mm-hmm.
like and you see like a big cloud of color coming off of like large specks of silver within the glass.
Mm-hmm.
So it's it's working some magic, that silver. And yeah, if you want gold to stick, you can't use 24 karat. Um, you got to either encase 24 karat or use some silver in there, 22 karat cut with silver, or you know
And would you be
use.
fuming the silver and gold at the same time, or do you like fume silver on top, or fume
I,
silver first
yeah,
and then gold on top?
yeah, yeah, and then maybe hit it with some more silver and try and make a sandwich. I don't know. I gave up recently on trying to like master that because I got so frustrated.
Mm-hmm.
But you can see like some shiny iridescent glasswork coming out of China, but how they're doing it, I don't know. I don't know if it's like electroplating or what, but uh, there's some techniques over there that I wouldn't mind knowing. I
That's
don't
pretty
think
cool.
it's funeral. Yeah,
Interesting. Yeah, you'll have to send me one of the pieces from China you're referring to, because I I haven't really seen much other than like heavy gold, heavy silver fuming. There's China starting to get into honeycombing and stuff like that. Not the tightest honeycombs, but they're putting little clear dots in their glass now and seeing what they can
yeah,
do. So they're trying, but yeah, man, I am absolutely mind blown. I love these interviews because I learn so much every time, and you're in the same Boro category, but totally from a different side. So interesting to hear how you approach it.
yeah. No, thanks. It's um, I don't have too much connection to the rest of the Boro world, so
Mm-hmm.
it was it was a big honor for you to reach out. I was like, oh shit, getting some recognition from the industry, from the community. That meant
I,
a lot. So thanks.
I appreciate that. Like I love doing this, and like even if you're not into making rigs and stuff like that, I think everybody should be aware of the amazing things that you make, because like Canada as a whole, we have so many talented artists to show and appreciate, and it's just I feel
Mm-hmm.
like Canada's missing the gas in the engine because we don't have that many people compared to like the states or other things. So
I think our per capita of creative people though is pretty high.
yeah,
Um, like I don't know, even whether it's Hollywood or music artists or glass artists, like the US is 10 times us, right?
yeah.
So do they have 10 times the quality glass blowers? I don't know. But it's probably not far off.
Mm-hmm.
We're we're in good ratio, I think.
There's hundreds of glass blowers. Like I'm doing these interviews once a week from here on out for the rest of the year. And I'm probably not even going to scratch, half of the artists in total in Canada. And, you know, it's, uh, it's going to be a good, fun time getting the rest of them
Yeah.
done.
How's your glass game going? I know you dabbled or
Oh,
have been
okay.
dabbling.
Yeah. I dabbled. I don't have any of the pieces on me, and I haven't actually blown glass in almost a year. But
Oh, damn.
I'm saving up all my pennies right now. I got some money in the bank, and I'm hoping that I can either. Well, I live in a trailer court, so my problem is they're really restrictive on fires. Sorry if you can't see me. There's still tons of light here, but my camera's just not doing the greatest. There we go. Um, so I got money set aside. So it's just like, do I build a shed here, and do I just like don't tell the people that run the trailer court and run a torch and be extra careful? I already know that I need to have signs to turn off the propane and the oxygen at the end of the day. I already know that, and to watch the kiln. Then my buddy Daffod or Borocan Glass from Prince George, BC. He We were talking the other day, and he has a camera looking in on his kiln, and he can read the numbers. So I was gonna set
Nice.
something up like that too, just in case anything happens, we see it, right? And then like if the kiln does explode or anything, it's motion, and the camera will go off. So
Yeah.
I'll get to see that. But it's like, do I do that, or do I like go and find a 24-hour access space kind of where I am? Um,
Yeah.
don't really know if that's available here. Um, but yeah, it's like do that and work my job for like another year, and then just go full time. Hopefully, running the shop and being able to blow glass. I know that's two really big things to do, but
Yeah.
once I stop giving my day job 45 hours of my time a week, that 40 hours can go into other things that are going to make me happy. So,
For
yeah,
sure. Is your glass retailing, uh is that your goal right now?
yeah,
Is
so
glass?
it's interesting because as I went through this, every like my goals changed. So at first, I just didn't want to work for a boss. I wanted
Yeah.
to run my own company and do this and do that. But then this year, I was like, okay, I now have a bit of stature as a company. It's time for me to start like really showing off these artists and like doing more for like the glass as a whole in Canada. So I started doing these. It's my dream one day now to hold like a glass competition or like a glass gathering, something of that
Yeah.
sort. But there's 25 other people in Canada that want to do that, and I appreciate that so much because me being in Saskatchewan, such a low population compared to BC, Ontario, even Manitoba and Alberta. Um, I
You got to
just,
turn it into a cross country trip where the artists are traveling together
yes.
and pick, you know, go if I can take the train, make
Mhm.
a old CN rail,
Yeah,
and
it would be cool for everyone to like Saskatchewan's in the middle. I'd love for everybody to just come into the middle and like just throw down and collaborate because a lot of people haven't been to Saskatchewan, and like
yeah,
our province is amazing. We have the best skies, like hands down. I've been to Ontario, I've been to BC, and my sunset, my purples and blues mixed in and all that will kick the shit out of any other provinces, like night. So, being able to get everybody here would be really cool. But like I said, it changed. I was talking with my girlfriend, and she kind of like pointed out the reality of like I'm starting to pick up enough where if I put some money aside, I can start glass blowing. And like that
mhm,
just opened up a whole other world of collaboration possibilities and this and that. And then I can finally, you know, put my time into something I love, sell it, and then work with everybody else still. So,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I would, from an outsider's perspective, from I would suggest picking the lane you're gonna be in.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and focusing down on that. If you're going to be the distributor guy who gets like sweet hookups from artists, or can really push artists, like to try to also be in the production side is gonna be really tough. The chances that you're going to excel in both worlds is slim. It's hard enough to excel in one spot.
Yeah.
So if your game is pushing other people's stuff and doing the promos and working deals, like, I would say stick to that. But you're an artist, and I'm not going to tell you what to do.
Yeah.
More glass flow, better, man. Like, just when it comes to what you're really committing to and focusing on. I've been through the ups and downs too, and I question what I'm due every fucking day. So it's not like I have answers, but
I appreciate that though, because I do think about that like right now, and I'm not excelling at my shop because I also have a lot of time dedicated into my day job. You know, I'm a I'm a money I'm a manager of a money lending service. So during the day I
okay.
have to collect a lot of I have to maintain debts, and I have to deal with a lot of customers and stuff like that. So I see what you mean, like where it's like you should pick a lane and make sure that you're like in that lane and excelling at that. So, but
Yeah.
glass
Just to
blowing
push
is just so exciting too. And I mean, like, it wouldn't be too hard for me to like wake up and like post a couple things, and I can still set up interviews, I can still set up time, because like today, for example, I had to like kind of rush after work because I stayed at work, or I got stuck at work for an extra 20 minutes, right? Whereas like if I'm working from my shop, it's a lot easier for me to turn off that torch and everything 35 minutes early, so but I do
Totally.
appreciate that. That is, yeah, that's
Well,
awesome.
sorry, and if you can like make glass replace your day job, that's fucking awesome. Like,
Hmm.
that's great if you can turn that into a job.
I'm
Um,
trying.
because it's awesome. It's fun. It's it's awesome to be, in your own studio, working, listening to whatever the hell you want to do, doing whatever the hell you want to do,
Hmm.
making beautiful things out of glass. Like, it's a lot of fun. Um, it'll yeah. I don't know.
Well, if I count,
I definitely don't want to do it.
yeah.
So
Well, like I know that you feel comfortable enough sharing your opinion that like if I have any questions in regards to what should I do, I'll just give you a ring. I'll just be like, hey man, these are the two plates I got to eat. Which one do I eat? Kind of deal. So
yeah, yeah. It's I mean, life's I it's more of a life question, I think, than anything specific to glass.
hmm
And we all have that question in our head every day, right?
yeah,
Even if you're living the dream, you're still questioning it. So
yeah. Well,
appreciate what you have.
when I was when I was researching he like what hedonic meant, or a hedonistic lifestyle, it was saying something that like not one thing will make you happy forever.
Mm-hmm.
There's like
It never does,
adjustments that
right?
you go into. People were saying that pre-marriage you're like at a certain level of pleasure and happiness. You get married and you jump up to a different plateau, and it might take a year or two, but that eventually becomes it's not that you become less happy, but that's your acclimated happiness plateau then, and you need to go forward.
Yeah, we forget that we're in like a first world country in 2020. Sure, there's a pandemic, but like, who's even chops wood anymore? Like, we wash our garbage our garbage doesn't smell. Like, we are in a utopia and we don't know it. And
Mm-hmm.
so anyone in any previous time period or any other part of the world currently to look at us and hear us bitching about like whatever life choices we make and stuff. It's bizarre. Sometimes just having perspective and like being like, oh yeah, my life's dope.
Yeah.
Like live in Canada where people are getting paid $2,000 a month to do nothing. Like,
Oh, I'm
yeah.
not getting into that one. That was a touchy subject for me, these SERP checks. Oh, boy. But anyways,
You're at the server?
yeah, I wrote out the storm. I was working the whole time, but uh, I can see that like I'm pretty much a ghost in the wind right now.
Yeah,
And I don't have any
it's
other lights set up, so I'm gonna call it for tonight. But I'd love to sit down with you again, or like I assume you're on your phone. It'd be really cool for us to sit down and kind of take a look at your creation. You're not, yeah. I think that would just be really nice. I'd love to see you make a plan for a flower and just see where it goes.
yeah, we can make that happen for sure. Um, anytime. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm flexible. Yeah,
Good to hear. Good to hear, my man. Well, thank you so much, Cleary, for being here, giving me your time. It was an awesome. This was a really fun interview. I had a great time, so I hope you did too.
awesome. I did, and again, yeah, thanks for reaching out. Yeah, you got me nervous, uh, but it was a pleasure and a good time. So,
Awesome, man. Well, I'm sure we'll
well,
be talking soon. Hey.
yeah, for sure, anytime. Hit me
Okay.
up.
Sounds good. You have yourself a great night, man.
Oh, and send me your Addy. I got a copper rose to send you.
All right, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Hey, cheers. Have a good night.
Yeah. See you, man. All right. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Before I go, I just want to like move into a room that has a little bit more light because I am gonna give away the shot glass and pin from Electric Dave here right away. So just stay tuned for like 1 second, guys. I'm just gonna move us around. I'm gonna go get that stuff, and yeah, we'll do the giveaway. Just 1 second, guys. All right. Get this here. All right. Got to get in some light here. Here we go. And how do I what do I do to do this again? Was it video capture device? Hey, there I am. Cool. All right, so I already got the winner picked out for the Electric Dave shot glass. One of a kind is not. It is not ever going to be seen. I don't think ever again. It's so cool because the eyes, woo, and the nose are all see through. Hang on, let me get my Twitch. Let me get my Twitch on here. All right, got 4 viewers right now. Okay, so I already picked the winners for this because I had to go through the list and I don't know how to get like my screen up on here and blah blah blah, but I'm not doing that at all. But longtime supporter Molten Steel, I believe his name is Donald, is going to be the winner of this shot glass here. Yeah, Molten Steel. I believe Donald Smokes on Instagram. Make sure you guys go show him some love. If he's not here, he needs to be tagged. Donald Smokes, Molten Steel. Make sure you DM me for this. I'm going to make sure you have to DM me for it. If for some reason I think I'll let it sit for a month. If you don't DM me in a month, then I'm going to re-choose a winner. But yeah, Molten Steel on Twitch. Donald Smokes on IG. Make sure you hit me up for this. Make sure, because it's so sick. So sick. Major 710 Chronic, what's good, what's good, what's good. And just got a nice little cool Electric Dave skull pin to give away. I think this is an electric, or he said it was from something or someone. Electric Dave, if you're watching, I'm sorry, I forgot it. I thought it would have been engraved on the back or something. But anyways, my boy Mad Koi Kuan on IG is going to be the winner of this sick little bam. Mad Koi Kuan. Sorry, that's his car account. I've been seeing that one more than I've been seeing his regular one. Canadian Kush on Instagram with 2 eyes. Madsen, Matt, are you watching? Be watching. He's picked up a Bell's Glass piece or 2 from me already. Real big supporter everywhere, so I'm super glad that he's getting this here. Really sick pin. Oh, there's people yelling outside. Yeah. Yeah. Donald Smokes. Molten Steel, make sure you hit me up. Gonna hold this till October 23rd. And Mad Koi Kuan, Canadian Kush. Gotta hit me up for this. Hit me up right away, guys. This is gonna go up on YouTube in, holy shit, like in a day or 2. But I'm gonna put it as a highlight right away on Twitch. That way it stays up. But yeah. Thank you guys all so much for tuning in. If you guys missed the Hedonics interview, make sure you go watch it. It's fucking hilarious. It's fucking fun. Definitely out of my comfort zone. And just such a good experience. So, take care, guys. And until the next dab, take it easy. We're going to discard this. Take care, guys. Oh, how do I leave?